I was part of the precision team during my time in Heidelberg. Now I moved to Essen a few years ago, and we're happy to be part of PRIME. PRIME study is especially important to test whether a biparametric MR is as good as our standard multiparametric MR, because with that you have a quicker exam. You don't need a needle puncture for contrast agent. There is no worry about the contrast agent and subsequent deposits of gadolinium somewhere.
We're looking to find out if using MRI with and without contrast, so multiparametric versus biparametric MRI, has similar diagnostic outcome, whereas at the moment in the parameters, for example, guidelines, multiparametric MRI is being advised. And if we can get rid of adding the contrast to the protocol, it will save costs, also will have less side effects for the patient, and also for the reading process it will be a little bit faster. With the PRIME study we also want to improve and speed up the protocol, and also want to get rid of the contrast. And that's something which is not within the protocol yet or in the guidelines, and that's something we will change, I'm pretty sure. And we also know from other studies which are retrospective from nature, already have shown that if for detection of cancer, and that's where we are talking about, we'll most likely will get rid of the contrast.
So one of the trials we've developed as a result of precision is something called PRIME. That's an international multi-center study looking at evaluating whether biparametric MRI, which is a more streamlined version of the MRI where you remove the contrast, can replace the multiparametric MRI as the standard of care.
And this type of scan is easier to perform, is that the idea?
It's quicker to perform. It takes about 10 minutes off the scan time of around a 30 to 40 minute scan. And you don't need a health practitioner to be present at the time, which is a key advantage for health resource requirements. If you can get a shorter, more streamlined scan in, maybe you can get more scans done in the same time, so more people who need one can get one.
So in countries like the UK and Australia, where this pathway has been adopted with great enthusiasm and I think great benefits, we've been used to this, using predominantly multiparametric MRIs. That means like quite a complex MRI taking about 30 minutes and including contrast enhancement. But there are nuances within that, improvements we can do, shortening, cost effectiveness, that maybe we don't need to do the full multiparametric MRI. And the PRIME study is a really good example of how that hypothesis is being tested. Can we drop the dynamic contrast enhancement? Can we do a biparametric MRI? It would be shorter, it would be cheaper, and it avoids contrast.